Please don't stop clapping and keep clapping for our next speaker, Sybren.
Thank you.
I'm quite sure that he doesn't need much introduction. He's very active in the open source community. He's been firing tweets the whole day, so please follow along. And he's also the maintainer of Chakra UI. He also traveled a quite bit to get here, as far as I understood, and is also has a good relationship with trains. This is the the gossip from the speaker dinner. We all had some challenges in getting in.
One question. How do I mirror this? I just got this new MacBook Pro like a week ago, so we're hitting off great.
This is the
That's not mirroring. Okay.
good.
Yes, now I can have my
And you probably need to do the left.
this side, it's the right side. Okay.
Okay.
This on the right side. We'll get there, we get there.
In the meantime, that Sybren gets ready, hoping that the folks at home are ready for the next talk. And after this, we'll be going for lunch break. So hold on onto your hanger. There's going to be plenty of food.
Okay.
Okay, I think we are ready. The stage is all yours.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, hope you're not that hungry yet, because I have one more session to go through. And welcome everyone to my Not Magic talk. I will try to amaze you with the magic of Web3 authentication. I will also have a grand finale at the end, of course, where I have a demo prepared. I will show this in a Vue application. I'm not a real magician, so I will explain this stuff so you can do the tricks yourself. All right, perfect. So for the first act, I would like to try something. I would like to have everyone take a moment and think about one item. Can be something general, can be food, we're close to lunch. Okay, just take a minute. All right, perfect. Keep it in mind. So, I'm sure everyone has bought anything online, right? Especially with the Christmas arriving soon. Well, let's say we would like to buy the item that we have in mind. And I have I don't know which screen to point at, but I have a white part where I have an item already set up way before today, and I'm sure at least someone is thinking about this item. Okay, let's see what it is. So it's the Pandoro cake. I've asked, and this is something that I should try here in Verona. So that's the thing. Is there anyone thinking about this? No? Okay, maybe I should have put pizza on there, right? But what are we thinking about? Is there an item someone? Snacks, lunch, of course, perfect. All right, well, doesn't really matter, but let's say we're going to buy the Pandoro cake like I tried yesterday. There is already a Christmas market here, and I hoped I could find it there, but no success, so I ended up in a smaller shop where they had one. So let's say we're going to buy this online, and everybody knows how it goes. At some point, we come to a login step, where we have to log in, and nowadays we can use our private email and password for this, or one of the 1,000 social media login buttons, which are awesome to implement as a developer, right? So, all right, we've done that, and everything goes fine, and then we go wait, and we scroll on other websites, on other applications, and we get advertisements of other cakes, maybe. I mean, everybody has experienced this, right? So we get a feeling that we got spied on, etc. So what if I tell you that there is a magic to give you more control over this? Or as a developer, give your user more control over this? Well, this magic is the wallet that communicates with the Web3 world. It also provides authentication with more privacy, more anonymous, and than a more standard solution nowadays, like a private email, etc. And The thing I wanted to highlight is that you can do that magic of authentication with a Web3 wallet as of today, because it's already available. And yeah, you're all developers, I hope, I think. And well, it may sound complicated, but it's really not that complicated. Okay. So I'm your magician for today. I'm Sybren Willemot, and I'm from Belgium. So I'm a front-end developer at Urcom there, and like in the introduction, I am a core member of CheckRY Vue, and which is, if anybody doesn't know it, UI framework for building accessible applications with speed, and also co-organizers of the Bellevue meetup group. All right. So the magic acts in this not magic show. Well, during the show, I will go over a few magic words. I already used a few, I think. Then I will look into what is Web3 authentication. And at the grand finale, like I promised, I have a demo where I show how to do this in a Vue application. All right. So for the first trick, for the first act, the magic words, I'm going to do a card trick. I hope those are big enough for everyone to see, right? Awesome. Accessible, perfect. All right, let's go. So first magic word is, of course, Web3 or 3.0. And this is the next instance of the web that we are currently in, or we are evolving into. You may say 3, what about 2 and 1? Well, let's get to that. First, we had, of course, Web 1. And in Web 1, well, this is our card. It's not much we can do. It's read-only. It's very static, like the early days of the internet, right? And then we come to Web 2. And in Web 2, we can pick a card ourselves. I'm going to pick one, and it's going to be this 9. And like a real magician, well, almost dropped everything. I'm going to sign it, right? So there is only one copy of this. And you can see that Web 2 is more dynamic. We have user input. We have a card that we can pick ourselves. If I would like to save this card, I'm going to give this to one big player on the internet, you know, Facebook, whatever we have there. I'm going to pick you as the big player today. There you go. And he's going to keep our data very safe. And data now is centralized at one place. Awesome. But he has all the control over that card. And he can do whatever he wants with it. He can sell it to other people, because I signed it. It's very unique now. And stuff like that. So if you want our card back, I have to ask him, hey, give it back. And he can do whatever he wants. He can say, nah, I'm going to give you another card. Or doesn't give it back either. So data can be manipulated very easily. So now we come to Web 3. And Web 3 evolves from Web 2. So it is also, where's my card? So it is also dynamic. And we can pick a new card. Let's do that. Yep. There we go. A 3. Perfect. Also going to sign this, of course. And there we go. And like, instead of saving this at one place, what we can do is we can rip it apart and distribute it to everyone here. And the only thing that I will hold is a piece of information that says that this card and all the pieces is mine and it belongs to me, and it is like distributed all over this room. I'm going to try something. Sorry for the online people, but I'm going to disappear from stage, and I want to like pause this through the room, and if everyone can rip a piece of it and can keep it. So I'm going to start here. Here you go. And when that happens, the data is decentralized in this place. All right. And one day when I ask for the card back for all the pieces, well, if someone says, I'm going to give another piece back, or nah, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to keep it, well, it doesn't really matter in the end. when we're putting everything together, because it's still very easy to see that it was, I think, a 9 or a 10, I don't know, or a 3. No, it was a 3. So data can be manipulated or destroyed that easily. Since Web3 is built on top of Web2 for us developers, especially front-end developers, we can use our Web2 knowledge and our favorite framework like Vue and just add a new layer on top of it. And then we can start talking to the Web3 world. Bye. So, where do we get there? Okay. So the next word is the wallet. Remember that piece of information on the half of the card? It's all the way over there now. Well, I have to keep it very safe, and I can do it inside my wallet, like a real wallet where you put stuff in. But this one is a wallet that is digital and that holds digital assets. The nice thing about this is that it also helps us authenticate ourselves. And it is possible to talk to the Web3 world. This is because that the wallet has a public address that's very unique, as also a private key and a public key to do this. I'm going to grab something to drink, sorry. Thank you. All right. So, by default, a wallet is anonymous, and since it's the public address is a unique string, it's hard to read, and it's like a real wallet. As long as there's no ID in there, it's really hard to say who it belongs to, right? And that makes it possible to create multiple wallets for multiple purposes. You can create one for online shopping. You can create one for social media and one for government business, for example. All right, and then the last word, blockchain. So my card is distributed over this room, and this is, let me say, digital ledger where it is distributed onto. And you're all little nodes in that network. If I would go to another room and would ask there for my card, well, no one will have that card because it's another room, it's another blockchain, right? Okay. Web3 authentication. Web3 authentication is a magic word for log into. It's just that simple. So when we have our wallet, where we can say, hey, it's me, and I would like to log into and talk to a certain blockchain network like Ethereum and talk with everyone in there. So it's that simple. Okay, now we come to the grand finale, the demo act, where I will build a small, very simple Vue 3 application and show you how to do this in there. I will be using a few things. One thing, maybe some will recognize this, is Metamask. And Metamask is a hot wallet. That means that it's connected to the internet. It's not the safest option. But it is the most easy one to use because it's just a browser extension that you install and you're good to go. One thing that it does is it will inject the Ethereum object into the window, so we can access it on window.ethereum. And that makes it possible to provide a few things. And one of the things is a provider, and this is a connection to a certain blockchain network. And the other thing is a signer. And a signer holds the private key for you and helps us to sign things like a message or a transition or something. So to start our project, we're going to use some Vue magic, and we'll do this just with npm init Vue at latest to make sure we have the latest Vue version. Of course, I will add some checker Vue in there to make it look better. This all is still Web2 world, and I'm sure everyone knows how to do this. And then we will enter the Web3 world. Like I said, it's just a new layer on top of it. It's a new package that we can install, for example, ethers.js. And we're going to install everything for now from the package to keep it simple. Okay, let's see how this looks in code. Is this big enough or? All right. Old people in the room. Settings. Crank this up to 24. Let's see. Are we good? Awesome. Perfect. So, let me. Oh, this is far away. This is better. Ah, the cat. It's magic. No, it's an extension. It's a VS Code pets extension. It's really cool. If you don't like my code, you can look at the cat. All right. So, right now we have a very basic application, just a template with a button in there. This is all still Web 2 stuff. So, first thing I'm going to do is add the ethers package. And like I said, we installed it. And now we can dive into the Web 3 world. All right, more typing without heads. Yeah, magic, indeed. So first we're going to check if Metamask is installed. Like I said, we can do this by checking window.ethereum. And if it's there, good, we can use it. And the next step is grabbing the provider from there. We can do this thanks to the ethers package, where we pass in window.ethereum, and Metamask will help us giving the provider. Perfect. Next step is going to ask permission to grab all the accounts, all the wallets in there, and connect. Connect there. I will show how this looks in the application real. For now, let's do this. So we have our super simple application with just a button, connect wallet. It's a magic word for login, right? So, okay, this is nice. It's very small. So this opens up something in Metamask. This is something that Metamask does for us, where we can select one of our accounts, one of the wallets. Let's do the first one, and say next, and then we are going to connect it to our application. Perfect, connecting, and we're done. All right. Well, are we really authenticated right now? No, not really. We are just connected. Just connected the wallet to the application, and that's it. Right now, we can just use public information that's available out there, and it's not the best way to go right now, because hackers can use this and like fake being the owner of your wallet this way. So what do we want to do is make sure that the real owner can make, what do we want to say? What we want to do is we want to make the real owner sign a message to say, hey, it's really me and I have access to the wallet, right? So this is a manual action that the user has to do. And when that's done, we are more sure that he's really the owner of the wallet. So how are we going to do this? Let's look at the login flow. It's something we could do. So on the front-end side, when the user clicks on the button, we're going to send the public address from the wallet to the backend. And there we're going to create a nonce, a magic nonce, which is like some sort of challenge. That will be put together inside a message, and we're going to send that back to the front end. In the front end, we're going to use that to create a signature request. And this will pop up some new thing in MetaMask where the user has to sign this. And when the user signs this, a signature is created. And that signature can then be sent back to the backend to get verified there. And when that's good, we can start a session with, for example, a JWT token. and have the user logged in as long as a session is running. All right. So a little bit more in-depth, it's just real fast. So that message that's created in the backend, what's going to happen, we're going to send it to Metamask, and there the user will use its public address, its public key, private key, and that message to create a signature. And that signature we can then send back to the backend for validation is going to be used together with the original message to see if it's valid or not. All right. Back to coding. So first, I'm going to create a few reactive variables just so I can use them in our template. And then what I'm going to do is grab the signer, which I can do from the provider with get signer. Super easy. And then the next thing we want to do, normally there should be a whole backend involved in this. I'm going to keep that out because we don't care right now. So what we're then going to do is use the sign message function to create the request for signing, of course. And we're going to add the message in there, which is the magical nonce from the backend. Normally it should be not that readable, it will be a encrypted string or something. And then we'll get a signature back, and when we get a signature back, I'm going to grab a few more information things. And what are we doing? Are we doing something? Oh, we're doing it down here. I'm just going to add it into the template to show that we're really connected, really logged in, right? Okay, so let's see how this works. So back to the connect wallet button, click on it, and now this does it better. You can see it's skipping the connect step because we're already connected, and as long as we don't manually remove this from Metamask, the application and Metamask will be connected. But we will always be asked to sign the signature request. So inside the signature request, there's not much of information there, but you can see the message in here, which will be the magic nonce from the backend. The user then will just click on the sign button, and ta-da, we're logged in. And normally, I know there will be the backend involved with the verification, etc., but that's for someone else to talk about. What you may have noticed that the message itself, if it was like really encrypted, not really accessible, not really user-friendly. So one thing we can do is grab another package that will help us build a more user-friendly message. And that package is called Sign In with Ethereum. And we're just going to install it with yarn add SIWE. Already did this, and on top here, I will grab one function out of it because I'm only using one part of the whole package, of course, and that's the SIWE message function. And then I will create, it's more at the bottom if I'm correct. Oh, it's already there. Well, it's already there. I'm going to create a message with a little bit more information. What we're going to add is, for example, the address, which is the wallet address. We're going to add a statement. Statement is something that you can say to the user why we are doing this signature request, etc. And of course, at the bottom, we still have our nonce that we have to pass for the verification. Now we just add the prepare message function on there to get it all ready for signing. Let's see. So one thing I'm going to do is first grab the address because we're going to pass it into the message. And then I'm going to use a function we just created to pass in the few variables in there. Like for example, the address, then the second line is the statement, what we're going to do, and then the magical nonce. And notice that magic isn't always working properly, so there we go. And then we're just going to do the same thing as before. We're using the sign message function, pass a message, and yeah, everything should be the same as before. Let's see. So let's make sure we reload. The message will then pop up again, the signature request. And this time, yeah, the message part will have a little bit more information. This is more user-friendly, I would say, right? So what we have in here is, for example, the address that we passed, then the statement, and the magical nods. Still the same for the user, or user-friendly, and he's still going to click on sign, and we're connected. The only small downside of this is that when we're going to validate this in the backend, the message itself has a lot more stuff in there, so it is advised to use the validation from the sign in with Ethereum package. So that was it for the grand finale, and it's also close to ending of my Not Magic show, where I went over a few magic words. I hope you still remember them. We got Web3 indeed, the wallet, and the blockchain. All right, perfect. And then also, very shortly, what is Web3 authentication, and the grand finale, the demo act of the Vue application. Perfect. So, as a developer, especially a front-end developer, you can do the magic without authentication with a Web3 wallet. It's not that complicated. And yeah, I hope you start using this. I am Sybren Willemot, and really thank you for being here. Thanks to the organization for having me here. And I think there is some time left for questions. And if not, we'll be walking around looking for food in the room underneath here. Or you can follow me on, let's go back a little, on Twitter, as long as it still lives, under Carwag, or on Discord. Yeah, thanks very much.
I think a round of applause was too short. Another round, please.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, any questions? I see hands. I don't see hands. Okay, I start.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so you showed us to connect to Ethereum. Can we use it with other blockchains?
Yeah, yeah. It is also possible to do it with any other blockchain, but you have to support it from the application itself. If your application itself will be running on another sort of blockchain, well, then you have to make sure that it works correctly. But Metamask really provides the option to connect to any blockchain there is. Yeah.
Thank you. Given that we have still a few minutes, is there any other detail, any other info that you want to share? Any curiosity, any fun facts?
Any fun facts, any curiosity? Well, maybe something totally different from this, and I'm going to promote CheckROI Vue for this. We're currently building a Vue 3 version compatible with it. We're building it from scratch to make it TypeScript, like every developer really likes. Still a lot of work, but we're getting there. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
One more question.
Okay.
You mentioned to give back the user some power.
Yeah.
Why just some?
Yeah, why just some? Well, this is just to, for example, eliminate the power a big player has on creating a public profile of your bit, seeing where you're logged into, what you then do when you're logged in. And it's really easy because, yeah, you probably use those email addresses for everything. And this way, when you keep your wallet anonymous, it's really hard to create an online profile. One thing about the, it's just a part, because there is way more involved in there, you know, like cookies, ads, payment systems that still track all this stuff. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Let's give another round of applause to Sybren.
Thank you.
We are a little bit early for lunch break. It is early for lunch sometimes, especially over here. It's like around 1 minimum, right?
Yeah, whatever.
So we need to get going for a little bit more, 5 minutes of sort. I usually should say some jokes, but my jokes is terrible before you run out of the conference desperate. I'll skip on that. So at least let's go with a round of applause for our organizer and hosts, the group team. And for the folks that are making sure that the conference is being streamed online without any bumps, despite our strange schedule and changes. Another round of applause. And one for him. Thank you very much. Let's check on the time. Okay, we have 10 more minutes before the lunch. Yeah, is there anyone that want to anticipate their lightning talk? No brave folks? Is maybe... I see someone. Yes? No? No. So you see heads going, no, not now. Not with a preparation. Is maybe any other question for the speaker that we had up until now? Any curiosity? Oh, I see an hand raised. For the microphone.
This is a bit more of an abstract question, but I was wondering when do you see Web3 and crypto wallets being used in the future in a widespread way, not just little groups here and there?
I'm going to ask you to repeat the question. I wasn't listening when running up stage.
That's fine.
Really sorry.
When do you anticipate that Web3 and crypto wallets and all those types of things are going to be used widespread?
Oh, well, it's hard to say. But a good question. Because nowadays, not really going well with crypto. Okay. Not really going well with crypto, I guess. But I think the authentication is something that we can do in a 2.5 version. I think some things from the Web3 world will be like migrating in their way. So I think I already have seen some applications using the Web3 authentication login that aren't Web3 specific. So I think we're getting there sooner than we think for the authentication part. But for the crypto, I don't know. It's hard to say. Thanks.
Don't run away, because I have a question for you. So I think that the authentication part, all the service that we can attach to the blockchain and the fact that it's distributed and give the user more privacy is really important. Do you think we can somehow get to a way where we detach that from the initial purpose of blockchain or not?
Oh, well, I have to think about that one. I think it's really hard to say that we can make a difference there. Because every transaction on the blockchain still needs to happen with like computing power of people or nodes all over the world. And one of the things that crypto is a reward for people that using their computer power. For example, I mean, there are way more new ways to do this, but I don't know if it's really easy to get the separated part right now. I'm not really a expert in the Web3 world. On my last slide, I had a link to learn Web3. I'm doing that myself. It's a cool platform to learn about Web3 yourself. And I'm still in the early stages. So, yeah.